What's up, everybody? Back at PRI. Last day of PRI, Saturday, 2023. We're here with LB in the Race Star booth. How you doing today?
Casey, welcome to the Race Star booth. I'm doing great. Thank you.
So far, so good for me as well, man. Last day here. I'm sure you got a lot of stuff going on and had been doing a lot of deals, things like that. We're here at Race Star. They've been around for a really long time. Tell us a little bit about the history of the company there for a little bit.
Race Star started in 2009. We're a street performance company. We started off really working on Ford Mustang. We made fitments for Ford Mustang, and that's what started the company. About 2009 was shortly after they came out with the new body Mustang at that time. I think that was a 5th gen Mustang, and we did extremely, extremely well. And we expanded on that street performance market till about 2018. And in 2018, I spoke with Jason Line and Greg Anderson at KB Racing. And I said, if I decided to make a full-on drag wheel for Pro Stock, would you guys run it? And Greg Anderson said in about a half a heartbeat, yeah, we'd run your wheel. And that's what started it all. At that point, we went back and started working on a wheel, a 16x16 wheel for Pro Stock, and then developed an entire line that we now call the 63 Pro Forge line for drag racing, and we've learned from there. I think today we have some of the fastest wheels in Pro Mod, and really in the big tire area, I think Race Star is the go-to wheel. You don't really know how fast you can go in a big tire car if you don't have a Race Star wheel on your car.
And talking about big tire, fast, Pro Stock cars, Pro Mod cars, things like that, you know, obviously SFI ratings go with that, forgings go with that, and what goes with that more than anything is usually cost. But this wheel standing behind us here is not necessary. I mean, it's got all the SFI ratings and everything, but it doesn't have the cost associated with it, even though it's a forged wheel.
That's very true. In the 63 Pro Forge line, we have what I think the ultimate in design and go fast qualities in the wheel. That's what we concentrate on. That wheel is designed totally to make your car go faster than it did yesterday with the other guy's wheel. With this wheel, what we decided to do is manufacture the wheel somewhat like our competitors do. We've still incorporated in what we think are some of the best things in the 63 Pro Forged, and that mainly being that we make the wheel out of all 6061 material, all T6 aluminum. We use forgings. We don't do a rolled hoop with a center in it. We use all forgings, and we friction stir fusion weld them. By doing that, we're able to lay that outside of the wheel after the wheel is put together, and our wheels are much truer. And we've kept all those real important qualities in the wheel, but all the curves and the bends and the barrels that you see on the 63 Pro Forged, we've eliminated that, and that has allowed us to pull a lot of cost out of the wheel. And by doing that, what we started Race Star on is keeping drag racing affordable. We're going to continue today. Today, this wheel we're looking at right here is the new 72 Valstar. This is a 16x16 wheel, and your viewer or your listener that's here today, he's going to be able to go out to his local dealer and buy this wheel for somewhere between $1,000 and $1,200. I didn't say $2,000, $3,000, or $4,000. I said $1,000 to $1,200. You know, the bracket racer that goes out and goes to work 40 hours a day, or 40 hours a week, he can't afford this. But this wheel here may weigh a pound or two more than what that 16x16 Pro Forge weighs, but a bracket racer is running against himself.
Right, exactly, and that's the whole point of this, because a lot of people buy wheels just based. I mean, these are all beautiful wheels right here, you know, and that's the reason why a lot of people choose a wheel. But this wheel, you can have forged quality at a price point that the average man can afford now.
Well, I mean, really, when you take and look at the quality of this wheel, I mean, look at the outside barrel, look at the finish on the wheel throughout the wheel. This is a quality wheel. We just haven't got some of the advanced technology in it. So we're going to give you a wheel that the longevity of the wheel, this wheel's going to last a long, long time. It's got the hub in it. It's got everything that you want to see for longevity, but it just doesn't have that high price.
Exactly. And we were talking with another guy over here yesterday whenever we were over here meeting everybody, and he was talking about the fact that certain materials that wheels are built out of, and particularly back in I don't know, say the 80s, 90s, things like that, they have a usable life. And that's something that I've never heard of before. I've never heard that, and it makes sense. I've never heard that essentially a wheel might not necessarily be something you need to upgrade for looks, but it might actually be a safety issue.
Very true. All race wheels get what we call metal fatigue in them, and when you start getting metal fatigue in the wheel, you start getting deflection. Okay, deflection you can usually see in the wheel in the burnout box. When that car goes into that burnout box, and if you pay close attention to the wheel itself, you will see the wheel start to vibrate. And a lot of these guys that have got these old wheels from the 1980s, 1990s, I'll go to a drag race and I'll watch some of these older top dragsters and things running, and you can see the vibration in that wheel. And what it means is when they go to launch, they've got that same vibration at launch, and that wheel and tire combination really isn't hooking up like it should.
So you could be chasing a tire issue or a shock issue that doesn't exist.
Yes. Well, when Jason Line and Greg Anderson came on board with us, that year, 2018, he had trouble all year long with his car, and he thought it was the new Goodyear tire. Well, ended up, he changed wheels for the U.S. Nationals. The minute he put our wheel on the car, the problem went away. So he knew that the current manufacturer he was using, after about 4 years, that wheel was shot. It was shot. It had about 4 years. It didn't have a hub in it. I mean, that was when we looked at Raystar and we compared our competition and what they were doing and what we wanted to do going forward with the 63 Pro Forged. You know, we looked at all that thing because we know guys can't afford to go out and replace these wheels all the time. We need to make a wheel that the longevity of the wheel is going to be as great as possible. And but guys have to use their head. They've got to use common sense. You know, if you've had that wheel there on a long, long time, you know, pay attention to it, look at it, what it's doing, and if you see that vibration in that wheel in that burnout box, you know, guys, it's probably time to change wheels.
So if anybody wants to learn a little bit more about Raystar, how do they get a hold of you guys?
You can go online at raystarindustries.com. You can go on Facebook. You can call us at 888-492-9394. We'll be happy to talk to you anytime. We have tech people there that can help you with any of your problems. I mean, almost daily we have many people call us with fitment issues on their cars, and they just want to make sure that they're buying the right wheel from their local dealers. So
exactly. So if you guys want to go get you some good looking wheels for a decent price that we can all afford, check out Raystar.